Yo, what is going on, guys? Coming at you with round 11 Dallas Regional Championship VOD review. Round 10. No, we got round 11 here. Round 11. They haven't messed up on the bottom there. I was like, wait, what? We got Fabian with ZoroGarb versus Andrew with DrampaGarb. Andrew started off pretty strong here. The Raw Bridget getting the Trubbish Drampa. No Sudowoodo though, so I'm assuming it's prized. You definitely want to get the Sudowoodo out early and ASAP if you're Andrew. He might not play it, which would be a little bit of a surprise, so I'm just going to go ahead and assume he plays it. Fabian with not such a clean start could get better. He has to go with the setup to actually find anything, and then Sky Return to hopefully find something else and send up the Sudowoodo 30 to the Trubbish. Top deck here from Andrew is a Treasure. You definitely don't want to end Fabian, so you probably want to play that Lele for a different supporter. And I definitely want to see him set up Ability Lock Garb here. He goes for another Trubbish. So I'm kind of confused here. Whoa, I do not like this play at all from Andrew. Hey, let's go back. What time are we at? Let's go back a little bit. So he has a Lele in hand, which he could use to get a different draw supporter. Chooses not to. Treasures away the Lele. I don't see Ability Lock Garb in his deck, but I assume he plays it. And you just saw Fabian go set up pass. So if you use a different draw supporter that's not N to give Fabian new cards and ability lock him with Garbodor, you should know Fabian pretty much has access to nothing. So I do not like this play at all from Andrew. There's maybe he has only N's in the deck. I don't think so. This is a massive bunch of sequencing errors here from Andrew. Should use Lele to get a Sycamore or a Colress. Should use the Treasure to get Ability Lock Garb if it's in the deck. Should never get Trubbish, because the Lele should be put on the bench. And then at least get the Trash Land. Should evolve one of these to Trash Land, put Lele down, get like a Sycamore. Instead he decides to end Fabian, which makes no sense because of how Fabian played out his first turn. You should know Fabian's hand is dead. You know, he's not sitting on like the perfect God hand to one-shot a Drampa or something, you know. I mean, I guess he could be. That'd be the only, no, but he'd be benching basics if he had more basics. Like, there's no way Fabian's hand is good ever. So huge errors here from Andrew starting off. I assume he had a different supporter in his deck besides N. Putting Lele on the bench is not that big of a deal. I don't see one yet. Maybe he only had access to N. I doubt it though. Eyeing up Treasure, getting rid of Lele again. There's a Colress in the deck. Nope, there's a Juniper. He had it all. He had Ability Lock Garb in the deck. So massive early game errors here from Andrew. One, ending Fabian when Fabian's hand was obviously dead. And then two, not treasuring for the Garb. He should have treasured for Garb to get the Garb no matter what. So he should never find Trubbish here. And then Lele for the Colress or the Juniper. So already some huge errors coming out of Andrew. We'll see if he can clean it up as the game continues. Floatstone would be really nice. Looks like, yeah, okay, he at least has the Muscle Band to activate the Ability Lock Garb. So not all is lost. Fabian's hand, not great. Attaches the Psychic to the Zorua and plays the N. Probably just wants to give himself the option of the Paralyzing Gaze. You don't want to Paralyzing Gaze a Trubbish because it can just evolve into a Garb. But potentially if the Drampa makes its way active, you might want to go ahead and hit him with that Paralyzing Gaze, if you've got nothing else. 6 here for Fabian. Once again, not great, but not terrible. He can do some stuff on the next turn. Just has to get to the next turn. And there's going to be the pass over to Andrew again. I really want to see Andrew clean up the player. I'm not sure what he discarded with that Treasure. Maybe a Mr. Mime? I think it was a Mr. Mime, actually. Trash Lance to the bench one. Fine with that. DC active. I like this as well. Don't put that in play. Save the Skyfield or the Perilous City. No, I'm okay with this I don't know if I like this Perilous City. I like saving Perilous Cities. I went over this last time we saw the DrampaGarb on stream with Blaine. I like saving Perilous Cities. Andrew throws it out. I'm kind of like iffy on this Perilous City, whether it should be played or not here. All right, there's the 6 from the Colress. Floatstone active. Nah, just commit the energy at this point. No, don't. Get rid of the... Why do you ever want a DCE on your Trubbish? Just get rid of the energy at this point. Save the Floatstone for if he blowers the muscle band off your Garb, or if you Guzma something up and you want to be able to move it around. Oops. Hit my mic there. Sorry about that. So once again, another error here from Andrew. No reason to play this Floatstone down. It doesn't do anything because the DCE does nothing on the Trubbish. So just get rid of the DCE. Save the Floatstone for this Garb. If he has Field Blower on his next turn, it has to use some abilities. Berserk is fine here though. Gets the prize. There goes the Zorua. I wouldn't be surprised to see... Oh, never mind. There's a Zoroark now. I was going to say, I wouldn't be surprised to see Fabian go with the... he could still go... he's probably still going to go Compressor away Bridget and use that. Get rid of this Vespa Queen as well. I don't understand why they played the Vespa Queen. In this, I think Trevenant is strictly better. The Vespa Queen is just kind of a funny addition. I would imagine it does close to absolutely nothing. Maybe not quite absolutely nothing, but very close. So yeah, he gets rid of Bridget, Delinquent, Vespa Queen. I assume he's going to go with the Via Seeker for the Bridget, because it's... If he plays the Sycamore, all he's looking for is good basic Pokemon. Oh, he's not going to go with the Bridget. Okay. Because at this point, I don't understand why he doesn't just go with the Bridget here, because all Fabian is looking for is good basic Pokemon. Zoruas, maybe a Trubbish. Off the Sycamore. All he's looking for is basic Pokemon, because he needs to set up a 2-shot on this Drampa. If you Sycamore, that's all you're looking for. So why not just Bridget for them and then get the Sycamore for next turn? So I don't like this play here from Fabian. I guess he is Parallel City locked, but you just need 2 this turn and then find a Choice Band or a Skyfield plus a basic Pokemon next turn. So I still think I like Via Seeker Bridget even though he's under Parallel City lock. Just get Zorua. Hit him for 80. Next turn you need Choice Band or Skyfield plus basic off the Sycamore, which is like pretty reasonable to find. And now we look at his hand. And he can get 2 basic Pokemon, but he pretty much pays his whole hand to find 2 basic Pokemon. So it'd be the same thing as if he had just played the Bridget. So once again, I really would have liked to have just seen him play the Bridget. You have Sycamore next turn. You have a good chance of finding Skyfield plus basic or a Choice Band, and then you're just good to go. I don't like him playing the Skyfield here if he's not utilizing it, and he does go ahead and play the Skyfield. I don't think he's going to... Like, he could play for the 1-shot here, but the chance of him getting the 1-shot is super unlikely. And he plays on the Field Blower, so I guess he's maybe going to try to get the 1-shot. Super unlikely. Ultra Balls away 2 Zoroarks. Goes for the Shaman. Yeah, super unlikely that he actually gets the 1-shot off here. I don't like this play at all. I would much rather have seen him hold the Skyfield for next turn when he can actually use it. He might actually get it, though. We'll see. If he has second Shaman in deck. No, but he just discarded it off the... What's it called? Yeah, I don't think he's going to be able to get it here. I don't think he's gonna be able to get the 2-shot. I don't like that he played for this at all. I think he should have gone bench Trubbish, Ultra Ball for Zorua pass, or Ultra Ball for Zorua, hit it for 80. Communications away to Lele, and now yeah, it's like the same thing. He's gonna get a Zorua, but yeah, like he's not gonna be able to actually KO this Drampa. So he kind of just like wasted a Skyfield here and a Field Blower because he really didn't get anything out of it besides still setting up a 2-shot. He hasn't used trade yet. Probably trade the Ultra Ball at this point, I think. He actually communicationed away the Lele, but I think the Lele should have gone Wonder Tag to get a Colress here for Fabian. I don't know why he... I mean, I don't know. I feel like this turn has turned into such a mess for Fabian. There's so many things that I think should have been played. First of all, I think he should have Bridgeted, like I said. Double Zorua, hit for 80. Probably find a way to knock us out next turn, almost guaranteed. And then he does go with the Sycamore. Okay, fine. Then he has 2 basics, access to 2 basics, and instead of just putting down those 2 basics, having the Skyfield and Shaman and Field Blower for next turn, he commits it all this turn and ends up with 4 basics on his bench and only 1 Zorua. So it feels like he just like dug himself a hole for no reason here. And then he communications away the Lele, which I think should have just like he should have put down and found a Colress. I don't think he has traded yet. I'm almost positive he has not traded yet. See, now he has got to get the Lele back. Lele for Colress. Sure. Definitely the best card to save is the Skyfield. This is... I don't think he's traded yet at all, actually. I'm most positive he's missing... He's just not going to trade on this turn. I think he maybe forgot about trade. If you're going to Ultra Ball those cards away, you definitely trade one of them first. I think they're going over it now, trying to figure out if he traded or not. Maybe not. No. Back over to Andrew. Andrew's hand currently... Oh, no, he might. I don't think it has a tool in it. Thinking about the Acerola play. But if you don't have a tool, then the Acerola play is not very good. Yeah, the Acerola play is not very good if you don't have a tool in it. Once again, if he had just held the Floatstone, he would have a tool for the Garb. He'd be able to pull off a very nice, clean Acerola play here. But he didn't, so we're in this situation. He could have just gone Acerola this, put it back down. Acerola, the active, send up this Garb, attach the Floatstone, retreat to a Drampa with a DC, Righteous Edge. Instead, we're looking at this. And he has the Parallel City to back it up as well. The hand would have been so clean if he had just held the Floatstone and then said he wastes the Floatstone and now he's getting punished for it. So now he has to go with N, or Juniper, I guess. Really can't afford to not set up ability lock Garb here. You gotta get that thing reestablished. There's a choice band at the very least. No Floatstone though. Oh no, I spoke too soon. There's a Floatstone on the last card there. All right, so he gets bailed out a little bit here. But what, like I said, would have had a way cleaner turn if he had just held the Floatstone. Would have been able to pull off that Acerola play. Super nice, super clean. Adventure bag here. Ooh, I actually really like that in this deck. Yeah, float choice. That's actually, yeah, I actually really like that, the adventure bag as an addition in the DrampaGarb. That's super cool. I like that. Don't put the choice band down. Ah. Oh, can he knock out here actually? If he can knock out, that's different. Oh. I think I still would have just gone for a Righteous Edge then if you're not knocking out. What are you doing? 170? Or you could have gone for a Berserk. No, I would have just gone for a Righteous Edge here if I was Andrew. Yeah, I don't understand him going Trash Lynching this super hard. I'm not a huge fan of that. Now Fabian's just going to knock it out. I mean, Fabian, that's kind of how the matchup goes as the Zoroark player. Like, if you can just, like, if you're just trading hits back and forth, the Zoroark player is usually favored for to draw prizes. Yeah, and here Fabian is going to be able to trade, especially when Fabian does play the Trashalanche himself. It makes a huge difference in the matchup if he also plays Trashalanche, which he does. Top deck here from Andrew. Sigalith. We could see like a Via Seeker for Acerola on this Drampa, and then Righteous Edge with that Choice Band. That would actually be pretty good to see here from Andrew. I mean, we'll see what he has. Once again, I would have liked to have seen him just go Righteous Edge, not even, yeah. Now it's kind of awkward on his turn. He would have got second Psychic Energy on the Zoroark, and then Righteous Beating knocked out the Drampa, but I think that's just fine. You save the Trash Lanches for later for when they're like one-shotting stuff. DCE coming down to Drampa. Also, this is where Lele would be really good to attack with, and there should be a Lele on his bench, but here we are. He's gonna Guzma the Trubbish and Berserk it. I mean, he's just gonna lose his Drampa for free. I don't really like this play at all from Andrew. I'd much rather see him get rid of the Zoroark here, I think. Because you can always knock out this Trashalanche with your own Trashalanche. But he maybe doesn't have another, even if you don't have another supporter to play for the turn, I think he has a Faba in hand. So you could just go knock out the active Zoroark, Faba the Skyfield. That's what I would have liked to have seen for sure here from Andrew. I definitely do not like this Guzma knockout Trubbish play. You can knock out that later with your own Trashalanche. Just get rid of the Zoroark, go from there. He has a Zoroark right here. He might not have access to a Trashalanche on his turn. I see a Dowsing Machine coming out for Fabian. Going for a Field Blower. Gonna Field Blower the Float. I'm not sure why this is so important for him to do this turn. There's a prop trade. I don't know what he's really looking for here. I'm actually kind of confused by what Fabian is looking for here. Super Rod's coming out. That sounds good. Get the Psychic and the Trubbish and something else. Looks like a Zoroark. Oh yeah, he's just kind of out of Zoroarks. I'm not sure why he wouldn't just play Colress though. Play Super Rod, get all this stuff back, and then play Colress. And then now he's digging kind of deep. Ultra Ball for a Zoroark, but then he put back the Psychic and the Trashalanche, or this thing, and then got rid of the Trashalanche. So now I don't understand that, because now he can't use Trashalanche anymore. There's another prop trade. DC to bench Zoroark. Red card, and then it's going to be Via Seeker for Colress, I believe. Oh, he's going to go with the Via Seeker Delinquent. That's okay. I like that. Try and lock Andrew out of the game. I like that. But it's super unnecessary to, like, use the Field Blower here. If you're going to do this, you'd also probably want Andrew to be ability locked so he can't use a Lele to get out. It seems super unnecessary to Dowsing for Field Blower here. It seems super unnecessary. Especially when you're doing this play to him. Like, you're limiting him so much on his turn. Delinquent. And I believe the last card in Andrew's hand is an N, or is a Lele. So what I said was gonna potentially can happen is gonna happen. Oh, he top decks N. Yep, but there's the Wonder Tag. Like, if you're gonna pull off this play from Fabian, you can pull it off without using the Field Blower, the Dowsing for the Field Blower. So why not just do that play and just hold the Dowsing and save it for later? Because now you just gave him the out of Lele, which he hits. Yeah, definitely don't like that play from Fabian at all, actually. And we see the Colress here from Andrew. Definitely would have preferred to have seen a Sycamore, I think. Get rid of the N. All you need to do is set up back-to-back Trash Lanches as Andrew, and you just win the game here. So 7 cards, discard an N is better than shuffle in the N, draw 7 cards. Excuse me. It looks like he whiffs the energy here, though, which is going to be a big deal. He did hit a Stretcher and a Super Rod, so he's definitely going to be able to set up back-to-back Trash Lanches, no problem. And there's a Shuppet, so he plays the, what's it called, GX here. But we could see Fabian win in 2 turns now, knocking out the active Trash Lanch and then Guzma knock out Lele. Although Fabian might not have enough resources left to, like, get a Skyfield, fill his bench, and Guzma knock out Lele. That might not be something he can actually do anymore. I think it was a dowsing for the float, and then pass over to Fabian. Definitely like reestablishing the ability lock as long as he's got something going on in his hand. All right, the Trubbish is down. Fabian might actually play 2 Trash Lanch or maybe like 2 Super Rod. I don't know. So he might actually have access to. Did it just skip back a little bit there? All right, yeah. He might actually have access to. We're now skip forward. He might actually have access to another Trash Lanch here. I don't actually know. He maybe plays the double Trash Lanch or a second way to find a Trash Lanch. There's a knockout on the active. I don't think Fabian will be able to win next turn. All right, over to Andrew's turn. All I want to do is see him set up 2 more Trash Lanches. That's all he needs to do. So Stretcher in some Trubs. He's going for triple Psychic. And then I want to see him Stretcher in Trash Lanch and maybe 2 Trubbish. Or 2 Trash Lanch and a Trubbish. Setting up 1 Trash Lanch won't win him the game. He needs to set up 2 Trash Lanch. Yeah, here we go. Double Trub Trash Lanch or double Trash Lanch Trub. There we go. Double Trash Lanch Trub and triple Psychic. Love it. Shuffling that up, and then Sycamore for the 7 or Juniper, whatever he's got. And there's the Juniper. No Trubbish though. It looks like he got Trash Lanch Psychic, but no Trubbish. That's actually a big deal, not finding the Trubbish. Maybe could have like gone with 1 less Psychic energy actually, even, and then got another Trubbish off the Super Rod. There's the Trash Lanch knockout, but we know Fabian has the return knockout, and then we'll probably be able to close out the game on the following turn with a knockout on the ability lock Arbiter on the bench. He does also have Sky. Oh, he actually has Skyfield. He might actually be able to win this turn. I don't know if he has enough basic Pokemon. Guzma is in the discard pile, but he needs 3. He needs 3 more basic Pokemon. I think he's actually just missing it by a bit. He's going with an N. I like this. Well, I don't know if I like this that much. He's thinking about going Skyfield, fill his bench, play N, I think. I think that's the way to go. Just gonna go with the N. Give himself the option next turn, I guess. But now all those cards are just clunking out to the rest of his deck. But I guess now you have the option to KO the Lele if it comes up. I don't know. I feel like, no, actually, why didn't Fabian just hold the hand? It's impossible for Andrew to win on Andrew's turn. Literally impossible. There's no way for Andrew to win on his turn. Then you just have Guzma knock out Garbodor. So I actually don't like that play from Fabian at all. He had the VS Secret. The Guzma was in the discard pile. If you knock out this Trash Lanch, unless I'm missing something, it is impossible for Andrew to win on his turn. Oh no, that's not true because you have this Trubbish with an energy here. No, but you could have evolved that into Ability Lock Garb. So evolve this into Ability Lock Garb. You have VS Secret Guzma. You have a DCE in hand, and then you just go DCE Guzma, knock out Garbodor. So I actually don't like that play. And you have the Skyfield as well. So even if your bench gets limited by Parallel City and you're only doing 80, you have Skyfield, bench some more Pokemon, knock out that. So I actually don't like this play from Fabian at all. He just had game in hand and a way to prevent Andrew from winning on his turn. So evolve this to Ability Lock Garb and then you win the game. So I don't like this play at all from Fabian. I don't know what he was trying to avoid from this. I don't think there's any way for Andrew to win. I guess Muscle Band DC Guzma was a possibility, and we see Andrew just scoop. And they're off to game 2. I guess Muscle Band DCE Guzma was a possibility. Yeah. I would have had to know how many Choice Band has Muscle Band Andrew was down and how many DCE was down. But I think I still would have just held the hand if I was Fabian. I don't think Andrew really had anything left. So I think that first game was played pretty sloppy by both players, actually. A little bit. Fabian definitely should have just... I mean, the big one was just like using Bridget instead of the Juniper. And then I think on the Delinquent turn, there was no reason to really play the dowsing and overextend into it. Like, you just have the Delinquent play with the red card, just do it, and then save the dowsing for the next turn. And then from Andrew... Let's see from Andrew. Man. a little bit too deep in there now. Back a little bit more. Alright. Turn 1 from Andrew is Bridget. Psychic to Drampa. Once again, doesn't get Sudowoodo. He maybe doesn't play Sudowoodo, which is actually a huge deal in this matchup. I definitely would like to see Sudowoodo come out if he plays it 100%, but I think he probably just doesn't play the Sudowoodo. We haven't seen it in 2 games here. So it is just Drampa, Trubbish. Over on Fabian's side, we see the triple Zorua. And the rest of his hand's pretty good. Set up for 2. Has a Skyfield and some other basics, but there's no reason to play it on the Skyfield for it to get countered by Parallel City. So we're just chilling. Glowstone to the active here for Andrew. Ooh, a turn 2 Garbodor, super nice, and then Sycamore. So yeah, Andrew's start is great, but he is on the clock here. Time runs out. It will be a win for Fabian. Fabian sends up the Shaman, probably planning to go ahead and Sky Return this turn. Bench. Oh, he could actually just get the knockout here. He's got a ton of basic Pokemon, drawing a ton off this Colress. 10 cards off the Colress. He needs 2 basic Pokemon, DCE into Zoroark, and he will be able to one-shot this Drampa. So actually in a really good spot here for Fabian already, I think. I see Zoroark, Choice Band, no DCE though, so it looks like it's gonna be a whiff here on this. Oh wait, is that DCE? No. Yeah, it's gonna be a whiff here. He did have it if he had a DCE. Retreat to Egg here from Fabian. Yeah, kind of the most useless Pokemon, and the one you want in your discard pile anyways. So Parallel City would hurt Fabian pretty bad here. So definitely want to see Andrew dig for a, what's it called here? Psychic to Lele over the Trashalanche. I guess that's fine if there's not a whole ton of items in there, and then just Berserk for the knockout. Yeah, his hand's kind of full of a lot of stuff, and I think Juniper is his only option for a draw supporter. So even though he has a VS Seeker, yeah, I like kind of holding off on that. We see another Trubbish. Getting rid of the Trubbish. Probably gonna grab another Zoroark here. Maybe wants to keep the Trubbish and just get rid of a different basic, or bench a different basic, so if he gets Parallel City, he doesn't lose that. Goes back for the Trubbish. So I definitely would have liked to have seen him grab Sudowoodo here, I think, especially if this is going to hit the bench, yeah. So you communicationed away Trubbish to grab Trubbish, but I would have liked to have seen him grab Sudowoodo, because if he does get Parallel City'd, then you'd rather lose Sudowoodo, I feel like, than a Trubbish. So I don't like that play from Fabian. I do like the communication, but I would like to have seen him grab a Sudowoodo here. Choiceman down to Zoroark, and then it's going to be VS Seeker for Colress. Yeah, getting the Trubbish back is kind of like... Oh, you're comfortable with losing the Trubbish, but why is Sudowoodo worth more than Trubbish? I don't think it is. So I definitely would like to have seen him grab Sudowoodo off that. Okay, there's the DCE finally here from Fabian, and we will see the knockout on this Drampa. And this is potentially where he can just kind of steamroll through Andrew. I don't think there's an N in Andrew's discard pile, or he doesn't have access to N at all. So it's getting Enhanced Hammer. Okay, I did not see that coming personally. Choice Band to Lele. He does have a lot of treasures and tools in his hand, but they're gonna all have to go, I think, here. Grabs a Muscle Band off the Adventure Bag. Excuse me. Treasure away via Seeker. And I assume we're gonna see a... probably just grab the Shove It and discard it, actually, because you want to leave the Trubbish open on the bench in case he knocks out your Ability Lock Garb, so you can create another Ability Lock Garb. Mr. Mime works as well. Treasure away Mr. Mime. Now probably grab the Shove It. And then Juniper that away. I'm always about to say Sycamore, but I know it's a Juniper he has in discard pile. Treasure away that as well. Alright, let's keep going. Get the Banette GX out here, get rid of him as well. Nope, he's gonna grab another Trubbish here. That's fine as well. I think he has Stretcher in his hand, so we should see him grab Drampa here. Maybe I'm mistaken on that though. No, I am mistaken on that. Muscle Band to Garb. I definitely would have liked to have seen him leave this Muscle Band in the deck if he's going to play down. If he also has a Floatstone out of hand that he's going to play down. Because if Fabian gets access to his Field Blowers and just starts Field Blowing stuff, you'd rather have this Muscle Band in the deck to potentially put on like an Ability Lock Garb or something. So I don't like that he grabbed this Muscle Band. You don't have to thin that hard. You can calm down a little bit on that, I feel like. So we see the Parallel City, and here's where we're going to lose a Trubbish here on Fabian's side. Could have been a Sudowoodo, like I mentioned, but we're losing a Trubbish. Should have been a Sudowoodo. Nothing great going on in Andrew's hand. He can at least attach a Psychic to the Lele and just Energy Drive for 70. I think that's what we should see. Maybe Trash Avalanche, depending on how many items are in the discard pile. I don't know how many items, but I think I'd rather see a Trash Avalanche if there is a ton of items. But we're going to go with Lele for 70. The Lele is pretty safe here. I don't think it's going to get knocked out on Fabian. Well, actually, maybe. Fabian's hand just did not get disrupted. I actually take that back. I think it's probably going to get knocked out. Because Fabian's hand, yeah, did not get disrupted at all. Should see a Super Rod for 3 Pokemon here. Zorua, Trubbish, something. Yeah, so I think I definitely would have liked to have seen him hit with Trash Avalanche, as long as it's doing a reasonable amount of damage. Because, yeah, actually the Lele is probably going to get knocked out, because Fabian's hand was not disrupted. There was no N from Andrew on the last turn. Going to be Via Seeker. Chorus. I assume this Ultra Ball is going to be played here. Getting rid of, yeah, N and Delinquent. Go ahead and grab himself. He's counting items right here. Go ahead and grab himself. Maybe get rid of the Guzma, actually, instead. It looks like N and Guzma. Yep. Wants to get rid of the N no matter what, and then wants to give himself either access to Guzma or access to Delinquent. I think access to Guzma through Via Seeker is definitely better. He gets a Zorua, so he needs, well, he's doing 121, but he needs 1 basic Pokemon off of this Chorus for 9. Fabian is super far ahead in this game here. Oh man, did not draw a basic Pokemon. He has Ultra Ball, he has Stretcher though, so he's going to be able to get one. He's definitely going to go get it. Just depends on which one he's going to grab. He's counting items once again. I think he's pretty high up there now. So definitely wants to try and avoid putting down any more. Definitely has to put down one more. It's going to be the Stretcher. Going to get the Klefki. And that should be the Riot Beam for the knockout. Yep, Zora comes down as well. Red card. I don't know how hugely relevant that red card is going to be. Andrew's hand wasn't massive by any means. It really depending on the item count. If he's already over the item count where it doesn't matter, then go ahead play the red card. But I'm not sure if he was quite there yet, so I'm not a huge fan of the red card play. There we go. There's an N for Andrew finally. Ability Lock Garb still set up. That's what he's looking for. Now he needs a Psychic Energy, some kind of attacker to use. Looks like he's gonna be Treasure Away Acerola. I'd like to see him grab a Lele here and put it on the bench, or which can go or a Choreo, but I don't think there's very many Pokemon in Fabian's discard. Oh, and then he goes with Chorus. Obviously, he has no 2 Prizer in play, so if he can get a Psychic Energy, knock this out, and then look to attack with another Trash Avalanche on the following turn. I guess I don't hate the Chorus then, and then look for an N on the using N on the following turn. That's fine with me. No Psychic Energy though. I think, yeah, I think he whiffed Psychic Energy. All right. Quite a few items. Maybe like 8. So not quite there on the items yet. Definitely was enough to knock out the active, I feel like. But he did whiff the Psychic Energy. There is 2 in the discard pile, so it's not ridiculous. Or it looks like maybe 3 in the discard pile. So really not ridiculous that he actually whiffed it here. He's eyeing up a Dowsing Machine. Definitely want to see N hit the discard pile because you want to have as much access to it as possible. As long as there's a Via Seeker in hand. Yeah, there is a Via Seeker in hand. So I definitely want to see him put the N in the discard pile here, actually. And the reason I want to see the N hit the discard pile here is so that he has access to it through Via Seeker if Fabian wants to red card him or end him himself next turn. Didn't, so that could become a problem later on. I don't know what he's Dowsing Machining for here. Perilous City, that's pretty good. Perilous City comes out. Klefki Shaman will hit the discard pile. Oh, Klefki Shaman and Zorua. Yeah, still massively far ahead here as Fabian. He sends up Trash Avalanche and pass. It can potentially tank a hit. So I think this is definitely the way to go. There's another Sky Field though, so not this time. Field Blower, the 2 Float Stones off the Garbs. He's gonna start doing some trading. I'm not sure this is necessary here from Fabian to like once again get access to trade. I don't know why he got rid of the Psychic Energy. 3rd trade. I'm not sure why he got rid of the Psychic Energy there when I guess he wants to set up his own Ability Lock Garb, but then he traded it away. I'm actually really confused here by what by Fabian's trades. Props back. I'll see what he gets off this Ultra Ball. Okay, it looks like maybe his what's it called, is prized here. His Trash Avalanche. So then getting rid of Psychic isn't that ridiculous. Gonna go with Compressor. He just really wants to lock up the game. I guess he's just locking up the game at this point, right? He gets rid of everything he doesn't need. Even if he gets End, all he needs to find is Via Seeker plus Guzma, and he wins the game. Yeah, I guess I'm fine with this then. Grabs Delinquent. I don't think he's playing the Delinquent. We'll see though. He's gonna play the Chorus. Oh, he's gonna play the Shaman. Yeah, he's just digging super deep, trying to get as much stuff in play as possible. He can't win this turn, but he can get pretty close. Via Seeker. N. Yeah, and then plays N. Disrupts Andrew's hand. And this is why I wanted to see Andrew put his own N in the discard pile. Because the N from Fabian is actually super good here. It means he gets to disrupt Andrew's hand, whatever Andrew is setting up. I would like to have seen Fabian play the N before trading so much, though. I don't know why he... Like, the end game, the N play is really good, but I definitely would have liked to have seen him play N first and then trade after, so that way he has a hand built up to be used. Propagates to the hand, and then knockout, just in case he needs the extra basic Pokemon. Excuse me. Yeah, Parallel, DCE, Delinquent in Andrew's hand, maybe? There's a Stretcher. I don't know why he sends up, what's it called here? Oricorio. Oricorio is weak to... No, it's a Faba. Oricorio is weak to Dark. And I think Fabian has DCEs left. We'll see. We will see. That's a Faba, not a Delinquent. I thought it was a Delinquent. There's a Stretcher. Ooh, for the Wonder Tag. Yeah, I have no idea why he sent up the Oricorio. I'm actually still super confused by that. For the N. But now he's got a Oricorio in his active that is just going to die to the Zoroark. Once again, no idea why he sent up Oricorio. Definitely have to go for N here. 3-card hand versus a 1-card hand is a big difference. Goes for the Chorus. And I think that's probably just going to spell game here for Andrew. Definitely should have sent up a Trubbish. A lot of Pokemon hitting this card pile, but I don't think it's enough for Oricorio to knock out a Zoroark. There we go. All the small HP stuff is going away, and then there's the Chorus from Andrew. So I think we will just see Fabian win here through a Riotous Beating on the next turn. There's a Choice Band, there's a Field Blower. He has to retreat his active here to make sure it doesn't just get knocked out by a Zoroark. There's Field Blower on both Choice Bands. A lot of items in Fabian's discard pile here. Retreat to Lele and pass over to Fabian. I think Fabian... I don't know if Fabian can win the game this turn. I don't know if he can KO that Lele. And he definitely doesn't have VS Seeker for Guzma. Can trade. Oh, Andrew drew way too many cards off that N there. Or off that Chorus. Oh, no, it was a Chorus, not an N. Oh, he's good. He didn't play the N. That's right. He chose the Chorus. There are the trades coming out from Fabian. I think he has game now. Maybe. Depends if he has any Pokemon left. I don't know what's left here for him. He either needs to like Dowsing for Skyfield or Dowsing for Stretcher. Double prop, Dowsing. We'll see what he goes with here. I don't know if he has any basics left. Goes for the Guzma. Okay, so he just goes for Guzma and has Guzma KO Trubbish. Okay, yeah, I missed that one there. So that's gonna do it for round 11. See Fabian walk away with the win. And a huge reason why the Sudowoodo is so important in this matchup. Whenever they Field Blower your Toxin to get access to trade, get access to abilities in general, they lose all their bench Pokemon. But we see Andrew. I don't think Andrew plays the Sudowoodo, which is a huge deal in this matchup. And we do see him fall short here to Fabian with the 2-0 on Fabian's side. Overall, I think it was played a little bit sloppy from Andrew, but definitely sloppier on Andrew's side than Fabian's. But yeah, that's going to go ahead and do it for round 11. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did enjoy it, give it a like. If you enjoyed the content, subscribe. Leave your thoughts in the comment section down below. And links in the description for my social medias as well as live stream. Thanks for watching. Have a good day and peace.